Hello. This is Gresh. This is day 23 of starting BlueStar Franchise. It's hard to believe it's been almost 3 weeks or so since starting everything, and lots of things are happening. I'm a little bit later in terms of getting and recording this, but I wanted to, of course, record this just to give you a little bit more of like what's going on in my head. I am somebody who's always involved in a lot of different things. I always have a lot of different ideas, but I have kind of three core things that I work on, and I think those three things sometimes, or four things really even, can sometimes kind of compete, for what you're looking for. One of the big things that you hear often is that it's really hard to chase two rabbits, and I'm experiencing that a little bit too. So that's where I've really approached things from more of a long-term focus and the vision that I have for the business and the brands, and what that's going to look like, how they're going to interplay and kind of affect one another. One of the big things that you really want to do, and I struggle with mightily, is being able to kind of focus. I wanted to be able to kind of ease myself a little bit more out of the digital marketing business, but still it's kind of pulling me back. There's things that need to be done, and I'm not sure the best way to kind of handle that transition as you start to get the team in place, but it still requires a lot of you, because there are some things that are missing in your business. And I think whenever you do start something, the longer that you do it, you get so embedded in it, it becomes harder and harder and harder to kind of transition. It becomes harder and harder and harder to kind of like walk away from that. And that's one of the things that was honestly like a big concern around, starting the brokerage business, because a lot of the brokerage businesses become largely relationship focused, which of course is great, but it does require you to spend your time there. So one of the things that was really in the back of my head when I started this brokerage is like, how can I leverage a team to be able to kind of help support me, and what I'm ultimately hoping to do. A lot of my superpower comes around like creating content, and I feel like I could do that, fairly quickly and easily. Not always the greatest content, but content nevertheless. I've never had issues figuring out how to create content. I think we can always improve it, make it better, but as far as like creating it as I'm doing right now, it isn't a heavy lift, so to speak. And I think one of the big struggles is like, how do I have all those other complementary pieces to be able to build out the business? And I think that's where the struggle has come in, is like making sure that you're bringing people on that are better than you in those other aspects. Because I do have that baseline of digital marketing. I do know, the analytics, and to be able to ask those questions. I think honestly, probably my biggest superpower is just being able to ask questions of things, and being okay with not being the smartest person. It's just saying, okay, I don't understand this. I don't understand that. I have a question around this. I have a question around that. I'm probably the person that's going to raise their hand the most. And I often say that it's the journalist in me that is that annoying kid in the class that asks the questions. So the thing I really wanted to hammer home with this update is really first and foremost how important it is to be the one that is not the smartest person in the room. If you're the smartest person in the room, the saying is find another room, because you don't want to be the smartest person in the room. So as you're starting to grow, whatever it is that you're building, and me even looking at the brokerage, I'm trying to find smarter and better people that can complement and be better than I am. But as I transition, my really big focus is like, how do I complement each of these businesses? One being a little bit more of a subscription and membership, which is the CEO Flix, which I'm dubbing the Netflix for business, or nicknaming the Netflix for business. It's having the digital marketing company, being able to service the clients and customers we want to work with, and then of course being able to have the brokerage and one of the other small things is kind of just like the affiliate partnerships, the CEO hacks and things like that. So you're kind of looking at four different things. And the biggest thing for me has been like not trying to do all the things. So how do I get the right people in the right place so that we can all succeed? And how can I stick to my core, which is a lot of times that, being able to be the journalist, being able to be the content creator, being able to be the manager of these things and setting that vision. And that's a lot of where my superpower is. But it's important, as a leader, that you start to build that team and build that opportunity for people to succeed. But first and foremost, let's not bury the lead. The most important thing is to get that first sale, and that's what I'm completely focused on, is like, how can I get that first opportunity for BlueStar? Because I truly feel like that will open everything up. My goal was to, of course, get those two by the end of the year, but we're just going to continue to do the things and be active to see what we can do to make it work. So this is Gresh signing out. Again, another update a little bit everywhere, but that's a little bit how it is sometimes running a business.